Hello, Liberty North teachers and staff. I thought it would be a good idea to put together a short video for you all just to remind you some of the things that you'll need to remember in regards to Eagle Hour and some of the sheets and items that will be helpful to you for Eagle Hour. And I decided to put this in a video just so you could go back to it and review it as you have questions and thoughts. The first thing that I want you to remember is to please post the schedule of Eagle Hour in your room. I'm working on getting this finished up. I'm going to print these off. I'm going to try and print them off so that they're only 2 pages long, but it would be really beneficial if you have these in your room or really anywhere that an advisory is located, so that as the students are in advisory on those Mondays, they can access this and create their schedule and be thinking about their schedule. This will also be posted online. I'll put it on the intranet as well as our web page, and then I'm going to have larger copies of it made to be put in the hallways as well. But if you could please post the Eagle Hour schedule in your classroom or also anywhere that there might be an advisory. Also, you can post this if you want to. I've seen some teachers have already posted this. This is an Eagle Hour schedule that I created, and it's actually in the Google Doc that's labeled Eagle Hour or advisory/Eagle Hour that can be found on the intranet. But this just has, I need to change this to Eagle Hour A and B, but this just has, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just telling students where you will be, so you can post this in the window on your classroom or something, just so that kids can just see very easily what your schedule is. If they're thinking in particular that they want to spend time with you or they want to come to you for tutoring, it's just a quick glance that the kids can see where you're going to be at. And also if you have club meetings, you can put that on there as well. And another thing that I liked about this, they use this, a version of this at Blue Springs and at Staley, of this whole schedule, and all the teachers in those buildings have this in their in the windows or on the door of their classroom. It also says if this teacher is not available, please go to, and that might be good for a backup if some of you have a buddy teacher or something that you know could help your student, or if you are going to be absent, a student is going to be coming in to take a test and maybe you left it with another teacher or whatever. That might be something helpful to have, kind of an Eagle Hour buddy teacher, or however you might work that out. But anyway, this is also posted on the internet. I will let you guys print this off on your own. I won't provide copies of this one. You can go in, it's a Word document. You can just type in what your schedule is and then print it off. Another thing that I just want to remind you is the real key to success to this is, first of all, making sure that you're assigning students. Remember, I'm only going to be assigning students that have 2 or more Fs. So if a student has Ds or a D in your class, it's going to be up to you, and the expectation is any student that has a D will be assigned a tutor session, but those are going to have to be assigned by you, the teacher. Those will not be assigned by me. Also, if your student has an F, just double check and make sure that if you have students that have Fs, that if that's their only F, and it's pretty easy to check that, but if that's their only F, then again, I'm not going to be calling down students that just have 1 F. I'll only be calling down students with 2 or more Fs to keep it manageable. So you're also going to need to be assigning those students. And please do so, because the students will figure out very quickly if they're not getting assigned, if they have Ds or Fs and they're not getting assigned. So make sure that you assign them in the program. And then it's vital that you take attendance to let us know who was there, because we really can be immediate on this. During 5th hour, that is what I'm doing during 5th hour, is going through the attendance charts from Eagle Hour and pulling and assigning those detentions. But if attendance isn't taken, I can't do that, and the kids can't be held accountable. So it's very important that you take attendance during Eagle Hour, whatever Eagle Hour you have students in there, if they're assigned. You won't see them in your computer roster on the program that technology is still working on for us, but you won't see them unless they've been assigned. So it's I've seen the program, and I've played with it a little bit, and it's very easy, and I will make sure that we go through and we have training on that when it does come available. We all know that the technology team is a little busy here with the laptop deployment, but it is getting done. So again, just be very diligent on assigning students to tutor sessions if they have a D or 1 F in your class, and on taking attendance once they come in. Also, as advisors, talking to you as, not teachers now, but as advisors, please talk to your students about their plans during Eagle Hour. We know that Eagle Hour runs on a 2-week rotation, so the first Monday in that rotation is going to be grade checks. Encourage them to do the plan your work and work your plan, particularly the freshmen and sophomores. I think that this really needs to be a requirement as far as freshmen and sophomores are concerned, because we really want them getting involved, and we need to encourage their involvement and following up with them on what clubs they went to or what teachers they went and talked to. Juniors and seniors, this is still a great idea for them, as they need to be learning organizational skills and things. So I would encourage everyone to use these. There's 2 of them on a sheet. I will get some copies made from these from the Copy Center and put some of these in everybody's mailbox, so you can just keep a stack in your rooms. But please encourage, or have this be part of the grade discussion, as well as, where the students are going and where they think their time will best be utilized during Eagle Hour. And then again, as freshmen and sophomore advisors, I would encourage you to use that middle Monday, the Monday kind of between the 2 weeks, to follow up with them on what clubs did they go to. Have some discussions with them, just encouraging their involvement and getting them talking about the different clubs and things that they're involved in. I mean, ultimately, our goal really would be 100% of our students are getting involved in something during the school day. I'll use our computer program to track the struggling students, but I'll still need to track the number of students overall attending tutoring and clubs. So I'll be tracking students that are assigned, the number of students that are assigned, the number of students that attend, but I also need to look at our building as a whole. One of the things I'll be doing every Friday is running Eagle Hour reports, and one of the reports that I'll look at is how many in general are attending clubs. So another thing that I'll ask, and again, I will have copies of this for you, is just an Eagle Hour tutoring sign-in sheet. I'll ask you to turn this into me every Friday after Eagle Hour, or as soon as you can get it down to me. But this is just going to be a place for students to sign in. So for example, if you have an engineering club, you'll have one of these for engineering club, and it will just help me to decipher how many people are part of your engineering club and how many people are actually showing up to your engineering club. Or if you have a tutor, how many people are actually taking advantage of your tutor session. You'll receive gold passes the week of September 9th to hand out to your students. Those are already created. They're in the process of being laminated right now. They'll be cut up. They'll be separated by advisory, and you'll be given those the week of September 9th. So September 16th, as of now, as long as everything goes okay with the computer deployment, the Monday of September 16th is going to be your first for all 4 grade levels of advisory, your first grade checks, and handing out those gold passes and having discussions with the students on where they're planning on going during Eagle Hour. So just a heads up on that. I would maybe take a look on Friday. Let's see, that would be Friday the 13th. Just take a look at who your students are and what grades they are, and maybe go ahead and get those gold passes ready to go. Who's going to get gold passes and who's not, maybe on Friday afternoon, so that those will be ready to go on Monday, or do it Monday morning before you actually get there. That way you'll have some more time. There might be some confusion. Kids are going to have some questions on where they should go and where they can go. So that'll give you a little bit more time to be able to handle those questions. If you have a supervision, if you've been assigned a supervision, I have created those locations in the building. You'll receive information regarding where you have been located during your duty and what that supervision actually entails. I'll also have a brief meeting that week of September 9th, the week before we start Eagle Hour, with everybody who's been assigned a supervision to talk a little bit about where you're going and what the expectations are as far as supervising goes. Let's see. Another thing that I wanted to mention, if you know that you're going to have a sub, I talked to Pam about this, and we decided that we were not going to put a place in the Google Doc on what you wanted your sub to do during Eagle Hour. That might vary, but just please remember that your sub might be a little confused on, what Eagle Hour is or what they're supposed to be during Eagle Hour. So when you are making your sub plans, just be sure that your sub is aware of your Eagle Hour obligations. If you're a supervisor, where they need to go to supervise, because we're still going to need them in the hallways, or if they're tutoring, if they can expect 2 students to come in to tutor, or if there's another buddy teacher that you have that you might send them to. I think that pretty much covers the things that I wanted to talk about. Just remember, if you ever have any questions or concerns, please communicate with me. My day's been freed up more now to really work as the Eagle Hour coordinator. I have some other things that I'm working on, of course, but that is going to be one of my main focuses. So don't ever hesitate to come down to my office or send me an email, but definitely be communicating concerns and questions to me. There's going to be things that I haven't thought of that are happening in places that I'm not seeing, and I'm going to want to know about those. Also, for another example, some teachers have given me questions about this. If you have a student advisory that needs to turn in a gold pass because they dropped to a D and they claim not to have it, what do you do in those cases? In cases like that, just email me and I'll call the student out later, okay? So again, that's just an example. If you ever have any questions on what a student has done, just email me. Really, anything that comes to questions with students about their grades or when it comes to Eagle Hour, those students are going to meet with me. So just let me know. Also, certain teachers have supervisions, but we're really going to need help from everybody as long as, as far as IDs are concerned and, asking kids for their IDs. Also, just passes in general. There's been a lot of students up in the hallways and things that are walking around during lunch that don't have passes. Just make sure that they have passes and things like to go to the restroom or go to the office if they need to go somewhere, so that when we're asking them, where they're supposed to be, they can just show the pass and then we can just let them be on their way. So again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me. Again, I will get you copies. I will give you copies of the Eagle Hour schedule. I will give you copies of the Eagle Hour map. I will give you copies of the Plan Your Work and Work Your Plan. I will give you copies of the Eagle Hour tutoring sign-in sheet. The only thing that I will ask for you to do on your own, if you are planning on doing the Eagle Hour schedule and putting this on your door or in your window, this is again available in the Google Doc that's posted on the internet, the one that says Advisory Eagle Hour. You can print this off, put your own information in there, type it in and print it off and post it for yourself. I think that's all I have for right now. Again, I will look forward to other questions, and we'll just start figuring out here in a couple weeks when we get Eagle Hour going. Thank you.